Hey guys, what's going on? This is you man, the DJ Inferno. Come here with some announcements from Young Spark exec. So as you may have heard recently, we've had a little bit of a bad situation here. Pokeboss has announced his official retirement in Young Spark. As much as I hate to see him go, then I realize what all's been going on. What he's trying to do is he's working on getting a internship, and trying to get his job is going really crazy lately. And he's wanting to start working on settling down. And as much as I hate to see him go, I realize that that's what's important to him, and I wish him my very best. And of course, I probably end up seeing, if you're watching this Pokeboss, and I'll probably see you around town, man. But I know that a lot of our members are actually really relatively young, so I just wanted to say should be a life lesson that what you think is important now may not be so important later on whenever you're figuring out who you are, and that is perfectly fine with me. I want you to realize that no matter what happens, just keep continuing on what you feel like you need to be doing, and we'll make it work. With that said, though, we need to go ahead, and I've been kind of pushing this part of the video off for 2 weeks now, I think, for various reasons, of course. But I've been trying to figure out how we should go about this part of the video, and that is all the announcements that I've been needing to make from what was the exec panel. Now it's exec. First off, we need to go ahead and announce the way we're going to start doing the people applying for Young Spark and people who wanting to reapply. The last thing that Pokeboss and I talked about doing was wanting to start how we were going to approach people who were wanting to stay in Young Spark, how they could stay in Young Spark, and people who were wanting to leave, how they could leave, and people who were wanting to join us for the first time, then how they would do that. Because apparently the application system that we have set up now is a little off, or it's a little, how do you say it? This is a little awkward. So, first off, for those of you who are in Young Spark currently and are wanting to continue staying in Young Spark, then you don't do anything. Just keep on doing what you keep doing, and you kind of disregard this part. We figured this would be the easiest way to go about this. For those of you who are wanting to leave us, as much as we hate to see you go, if you want to leave, then it's all up to you. If you don't feel like you want to stay, then that's, like I said, perfectly fine with me. And what you do is you just send us an email either message the main Twitter about it, or send us an email to youngsparkbronies@gmail.com, and we'll get to you there. And then for those who want to apply for new departments, which we have actually a lot going on right now, then you just, like I said, just let us know what you want to join, and then I'll go get into the PDF that has all of our information on it, and I'll fix it. So then, with that said, we have a couple of new departments we wanted to add. The first, as you probably best know from my spam on the Twitter page, is Young Spark Gaming. We have a gaming department now, and currently it's just me playing Minecraft, but we started up a TVF server, and we were working on playing Feed the Beast a little bit too as a group, but we're still trying to work out all the kinks in that plan. But if you want to do a Let's Play with us, then we would love to have you on there. We really would love to have others on there, because it's kind of lonely. So the second thing we wanted to add is, as you may not have known, we're starting up a series of news, not really a news department, but we got a couple of bronies who are wanting to start doing news related stuff. So with that said, I'll announce them later on in the video, but we have a couple of news people, and we're looking for more people who want. If we get one or two more people invested into this, then we'll start up our own little news department, and we'll consider that as a part of the actual department in Young Spark. But we'll need a little more support on that one. The big announcement about the new departments is we are starting up a cooking department, and lucky for us, we just so happen to have the wonderful brony chef. For those of you who have probably seen him elsewhere on the internet. We have actually talked him into joining, and he's what we decided he was going to what we decided he was going to do was he was wanting to start up his own little cooking series on Young Spark's main page, and we're trying to find people who want to join in the actual cooking department. So we'll go ahead and hopefully we'll start having that soon. At least that's the plan. But we will, once I get the update done for the applications, then it will be a department you can join. But we need a little more time with that one. And then finally we got we have kind of a department that I was wanting to ask about, because there's not a whole lot of people wanting to join in on this one, but I feel like it needs to be brought up. So we wanted to go ahead and announce our sports department. And I know a lot of people are questioning, why are we even considering sports as an art? And there's a lot of different people on different sides of the fence, but the way that I see it is, if you can include sports such as martial arts, dancing, and all various other activities that actually have an art form to them, instead of having a bunch of different various departments within that one thing, why don't we just kind of consolidate them into just sports in general? And if someone wants to consider, I don't know, football an art, or if somebody wants to consider like golf or baseball an art, then pitch it to me, and we'll figure out a way to make it work. But yeah, leave us a comment below on what you think about that, because I'm actually really interested in seeing whatever people have to say about it. So then, the next thing I was wanting to announce in this video was we need to start talking about the new projects that are slowly coming. What happened originally was we were having issues with people wanting to talk about wanting to start, driving things in their various departments. So now I think we finally got some people who have pushed around a couple of ideas that are starting to sort of grow into something. And I need to go ahead and start announcing these now. And if you're interested, get a hold of me, get a hold of the people who are in charge, and then we'll start setting it up. So first off, we need to announce the What's This animation. Basically, whenever I had originally announced Derpy Con South, Crazy Dashy said he wanted to do something for the presentation that I'm doing on the arts activism. So I told him to consider an animation. Well, what's going on now is he's been working on a kind of a pony mix between Young Spark and Nightmare Before Christmas. And the song What's This from Nightmare Before Christmas is getting mixed into a pony form, and he's wanting me to use that at our presentation, but he needs help. He's looking for some animators. Of course, we're always looking for voice actors. And I think we might need one more concept artist. Like I said, go talk to him about it, whatever he needs. But I do know we need voice actors and we do need animators. So if you're really interested in trying to experiment with this, then let us know. Next is a podcast series where we have been kicking around this idea on the Skype call about starting up a series of podcasts. And we finally have one that's going through as a solid yes, at least as of now. And that will be hosted by Partey, or a Partey Brony, depending on how he likes to be called. And he hasn't really decided what he wants it to be about. He knows it's going to be about related to the whole Brony community, but he's not 100% sure on what he wants it to be about. So if you're interested in joining us in a podcast, that'll be probably about once a week, once a week, then, let us know. Like I said, he had just talked about it last night with me, and he's wanting to do it, so we're gonna do it. The next thing I need to go ahead and announce, sorry phone. We need to go ahead, after talking to a couple of others, we decided that we need to go ahead and start possibly reaching out to the NSFW community. And what we've decided is we've talked to Soul Mystique and Crame, and they have decided they wanted to do a series of basically after dark news. So it'd be news that doesn't have really any bars. Unlike our official news, this is going to have it's not necessarily going to be not safe for work, but it's going to be more adult, and I know one of those more debatable topics. But what I've already told them, the only rules that I have for it is the title of the episodes have to be safe for work, and I have to put the age restriction button on the playlist and on the videos. So, but other than that, I don't really mind. I feel like that's kind of one of those things that was really one of the big debates that Pokeboss and I had back whenever we first started Young Spark, between me kind of being against it and him being for it. But I think now we should go ahead and start looking into it. And I told them once they start making up a script or two, give us some test footage, and we'll just kind of roll off of that. And then you'll have to let us know whatever you think. And I'm actually really curious in seeing what everybody thinks. The next thing I wanted to announce was our Young Sparks official news. That's not me. I know you can probably tell it wouldn't be me. But we got, for those of you who saw our original test video with Dirty Kitten, we've decided that we were going to go ahead and continue pursuing that. We're going to change a few things, but that general format of the video is what we will go with. And I'm really interested in seeing how this is going to turn out. Honestly, I think we really do need a news series for us. The way that we're going about it right now might not be the greatest way of doing it. I think this is the right thing to do for our group in general. And then finally, the last thing I wanted to announce was I'm officially making When Two Souls Meet a Young Spark program. For those of you who hadn't been in the loop, Windstorm and I have been kind of writing this anime series in a sense. We had been kind of writing. She had created a storyboard for me a little while back, and I had decided to kind of turn it into an anime. And now that I've officially gotten people to back me up on producing it, then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and, produce it. And I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and stick to exclusively Young Spark people for everything except for throwing it together. And I know I'm using throw it together really loosely, but the only people that it's not going to be a part of Young Spark invested into this is going to be the producer of it, who is a movie producer here in town. And he's agreed to help me make the pilot and possibly a couple of other episodes later down the road. But, first thing I do, like I said, this is going to be officially a Young Spark exclusive thing, or Young Spark primary project. Alright, and before I end this, I want to go ahead and finalize the whole Derpy Con South announcements, because as y'all have probably seen, there's been a lot of confusion going on lately. So first off, it is official. We will be there. At least I will be there. I will make sure that I am there for sure. The other people that I'm talking about bringing with me include Philly Trottingdale, who's one of our newer members who originally signed on as a production director to kind of help keep things moving, but she's starting to get more into our music department. She's going to be joining. She's planning on joining me. Her boyfriend Jake, who's becoming a member of Young Spark, he's wanting to come with us. It'll be myself. We're talking to Soul about joining us as well, but we're not 100% sure yet. And there was somebody else who mentioned that they were interested in coming, but they weren't 100% sure yet. We're also going to go ahead and start up an IndieGoGo later in the week to help fund our group website and help. I don't want us to start working on getting money for the con, but I think I figured out a way for us to cover the money for the con. We gotta finish working out a few details here and there, but I don't think we'll need to start an IndieGoGo for our con unless it's for supplies related to advertising and marketing. So that's really about it as far as Derpy Con goes. For those who hadn't already heard, I have 2 panels in a little activity booth The first panel is going to be about music, just kind of basically explaining how music works and how to manipulate sound in various ways to help get different effects that are really commonly used in digital music, in mastering, mixing, etc. And then the other panel is going to be about using kind of basically arts activism in a general sense of the word, but basically it's going to revolve around using use basically it's basically going to revolve around going and how to properly kind of say, hey, I didn't make this, I'm wanting to share this, and also kind of explain how you can be more involved with the arts. Like I said, we're still kind of fine tweaking everything that's going to be in the presentation, but that's what it's going to be as of now. I know the first one is solid for sure, but the second one's kind of a little lenient because there's not really a whole lot. I'm kind of like adding and kind of moving stuff around a little bit, but I do know that we will talk about arts activism, and we will talk about how to properly kind of how to share pictures and whatnot. So then, the only thing I really have left to talk about, I don't think I really have anything else to talk about. I think but that's it for our little address. I know it's really poorly shown, and I'm sitting there looking at the preview here on the side. It's kind of what I keep looking over for. It's not, the camera I'm using is not very great, and I think I've managed to get the music on the lower end, because for those of you who have been watching the Minecraft videos, you know that I tend to have issues with understanding how the music's mixing versus my voice, because I hadn't quite figured out OBS yet. But I think we've got that much figured out. For those of you who are interested in knowing, both songs that have been playing, this one being Rain, originally by JB and Giggity Maria, and then the first song being Dream Chaser Stargazer. They're both remixed by Young Spark's own Silly Dipsy. And check him out on YouTube. Let me pull up his account real quick. I didn't mean to do that one. But look up Silly Dipsy on YouTube, and you'll find them. Anyways, if there's anything else that you need to know, let me know. We'll start posting the second round of people wanting to join, all the applications, people who are wanting to resign and whatnot. We'll start posting that soon. And for those who are interested in joining us, then I hope this video has not deterred you from what we actually do. So anyways, if there's anything, like I said, if you need anything else, let me know. And otherwise, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and keep on rocking on Team Young Spark.